The Philippines, a nation of stunning beauty and vibrant culture, found itself at a crossroads in the 1970s. Ferdinand Marcos Sr., a charismatic and ambitious politician, had risen to power, promising progress and prosperity. He had been elected president in 1965, bringing with him a message of hope and national unity. However, beneath the surface of optimism, political tensions simmered, and economic disparities widened. On September 21, 1972, Marcos made a fateful decision that would plunge the Philippines into darkness. Citing threats from communist insurgents and a need to restore order, he declared martial law. With a stroke of a pen, the Constitution was suspended, civil liberties were curtailed, and the Philippine Islands were placed under military rule. Marcos argued that these drastic measures were essential to combating corruption, crushing dissent, and paving the way for a new society. This marked the beginning of an era marked by fear and repression, a stark contrast to the democratic ideals the Philippines had long aspired to uphold. The declaration sent shockwaves throughout the nation and the world. Overnight, the Philippines transformed from a vibrant democracy into a nation shrouded in fear. The imposition of martial law evoked a mixed bag of emotions throughout the Philippines. Marcos's supporters, particularly those who had benefited from his patronage or shared his anxieties about communism, viewed it as a necessary evil. They believed that a firm hand was needed to restore stability and discipline to a nation grappling with unrest and uncertainty. However, for many Filipinos, martial law marked the beginning of a nightmare. Opposition leaders, journalists, activists, and anyone perceived as a threat to the regime were swiftly silenced. Thousands were arrested and detained without trial, subjected to torture, and forced disappearances. Fear became a pervasive part of daily life, as ordinary citizens lived in the shadow of state-sanctioned violence and intimidation. The Marcos regime, recognizing the need to maintain a veneer of legitimacy, coupled its iron fist with a velvet glove. Propaganda machines went into overdrive, portraying Marcos as a benevolent dictator, a father figure guiding his nation towards progress. Censorship was rigorously enforced, controlling the narrative and stifling dissent. Despite the climate of fear and repression, the spirit of resistance flickered within the hearts of many Filipinos. While Marcos consolidated his power and amassed vast wealth, a determined opposition movement began to coalesce. Student activists, intellectuals, labor organizers, and members of the clergy found common cause in their opposition to the regime. They whispered their dissent in hushed tones, distributed underground publications, and organized clandestine meetings, risking their lives to keep the flame of freedom alive. The assassination of Benigno Ninoy Aquino Jr., a prominent opposition leader, upon his return from exile in 1983, proved to be a turning point. Aquino's death ignited a wave of outrage and indignation, galvanizing the opposition and exposing the brutality of the Marcos regime to the world. The Catholic Church, a powerful institution in the predominantly Catholic Philippines, played a pivotal role in providing sanctuary to activists and amplifying the voices of dissent. International pressure also mounted, with human rights organizations documenting abuses and foreign governments expressing concern over the deteriorating situation. The culmination of years of struggle and sacrifice came in February 1986. Millions of Filipinos, armed with nothing but faith and the courage of their convictions, poured into the streets of Manila in what became known as the People Power Revolution. This bloodless uprising, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the Filipino people, captured the world's attention and showcased the power of peaceful resistance. Faced with the overwhelming tide of people power, Ferdinand Marcos and his family were forced to flee the country, ending their decades-long rule. The Philippines had finally broken free from the shackles of dictatorship, ushering in a new era of democracy and hope. The People Power Revolution serves as a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit, fueled by a yearning for freedom and justice, can prevail. The legacy of the Marcos era is a complex and multifaceted one. The Philippines continues to grapple with the consequences of his rule corruption, human rights abuses, and economic disparities. However, it also stands as a testament to the resilience and courage of the Filipino people.